Hope everyone is doing well. I just wanted to come into this space. It's been a while since I recorded it in this way for a while. But there are big energies present with us now. Huge. One thing that I've noticed was that starting at that last October Libra new moon, which happened on the 21st, that happened at the 28 degrees of Libra, for the next 6 consecutive new moons. It's not for the next 6 consecutive new moons will be happening at 28 degrees of each sign. So there is going to be a new moon in Scorpio happening on November 20th coming up. But that is super rare. It doesn't happen like that often. I remember there was a time the number 1 activation was happening, all the new moons happening at 1 degrees or something around 2020 or 2021. I have a memory of it, but I didn't look up, so I can be wrong. But anytime that kind of consecutive numbers playing a big role it's a sign, right? Everything within this universe is made out of numbers and energies and signs and synchronicities. So 28, which is 2 plus 8, is 10. 10 is the number that is associated with the Wheel of Fortune. 10 can break it down to 1. 1 plus 0 is 1, the magician activation, number 1 activation. It is the point of initiation. It is the point of the starting point that we are entering into already. It is happening. But also 2026 will also be will embody the numerological energy of number 10 and 1, because 2 plus 2026, 2 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10. So it is the Wheel of Fortune year. It is the Magician year. We are coming out of the Hermit year, which is this year. It's the number 9, right? 9 is the number of completion, dead end. It's the wisdom number. It's the wisdom that can be cultivated through completion, right? Through moving through the strife and struggles and all the things breaking apart from that. Like completing that cycle is a very important thing that we should be focusing on right now, because new doors are opening, right? The cosmic space is the planetary energies, the cosmic energetic vibration are just constantly trying to take us into the reset point, the clean slate, the ultimate zero field, which holds in infinite potentiality and infinite possibilities. So we can initiate the magician ruled by Mercury, the intention, it's the word, right? The magic only happens with the will of intention, the drive, attention, initiation, action, right? Without an action being taken, we cannot go anywhere. This earthly plane is the planet of action, right? It's the physical motion. It is the gravitational pull toward something by us activating certain thoughts, activating certain energies, feelings, and emotions that create the momentum of movement to take us into somewhere, right? Without that activation of the energy, we'll stay stuck in the same space, right? So this is a very powerful times that we are in, and not just the 28 degrees new moon themes that I found out, but also, right, the next year, the number 10, we are moving out of the year of the snake, lunar cycle. The year of the snake is 2025, and this is Scorpio energy. Snake is one of an archetypal symbol associated with Scorpio. So this Scorpio season also is very important. We are moving out of the snake year into the year of the horse next year. So again, horse does represent action and movement and chasing somewhere, right? Going somewhere. In opposition in a way, because all the astrological energy holds the cycle of yin and yang and yin and yang, right? The snake is all about, like, snake do not move that fast, not as fast as horse, and then snake has to stop to shed their old skin, right? In the process of shedding the skin, they almost become blind. They cannot see clearly what's going on. So it is the symbol of vulnerability. We must choose to move through that space of vulnerability. It can be connected to the dark night of the soul in order for us to emerge anew, right? So we are moving through these very important snake month of the year of the snake, symbolically. And then this Scorpio season is very potent and powerful because the water grand trine activation is happening. This is divine, mystic. It's reminding us to flow, choosing not to stay stuck. It is the grand trine aspect anytime when 3 elements being activated by different planets, right? So there are only 4 elements, right? Air, fire, earth, and water. Right now at 24, today as I record this on October 24th, Jupiter is at 24 degrees of Cancer. Saturn is right now at 26 degrees of Pisces. Neptune just ingressed back into Pisces, so Neptune is there at 29 degrees of, I hope that lighting is okay. I feel like it got suddenly so bright. Anyway, I don't know what this phone is doing, but so Jupiter is speaking with Saturn, and then also there is stellium in Scorpio energy. Mercury is trining Jupiter today. Mars will get to that point of trine with Jupiter, exactly. The exact dates are not so important in my humble opinion, because right today and yesterday, the last few days, we've been feeling this Sun square Pluto energy. We're feeling Pluto so much. I've been listening to loud music, crazy, and then I'm just screaming and feeling that intense, volatile energy. Not bad energy. I just feel the intensity in the ether, right? It's just like it's the volcanic energy, Pluto. It's the screaming energy. It's the primordial energy of intensity, of destruction, thus creation. That kind of volcanic, explosive energies are present. But this Pluto Sun square can be truly liberating and empowering, and I want you to go there. If you feel any kind of stuckness or resistance or anger or frustration, I recommend you to just put some headphone on and listen to a music so super loud and just like that, right? Dance around, move the energy within rather than Sun in Scorpio Pluto squaring can be very can stir up a lot of anger against other people, but we don't want to go there. It's a unnecessary energy to go there right now. Like, we have to tame our own selves and cheer ourselves up, so it's just transform something inside. And then if you can tame that wildness inside, and then if you can use that energy to create something or be productive at something, or that is a great practice to do, to break some kind of an old pattern, to blame some other person, or be angry and frustrated about the world outside, but choose happiness. Happiness is a choice, right? You make happy choice to be happy regardless of what's happening outside is important, right? And then under this energy of Sun square Pluto, Mercury is trining Jupiter, and Mercury tomorrow will trine Saturn, and then on the 28th Mars will trine Jupiter, and then on the 29th Mercury will try Neptune. It's that, okay, so any planet that's moving through Scorpio now, which is Mercury, Mars, Black Moon, Lilith, will make an aspect with Jupiter in Cancer, because Jupiter is slowing down. Jupiter will go retrograde on November 11th. Excuse me. 1111 activation portal. Jupiter goes retrograde at 25 degrees of Cancer, and then Jupiter is not gonna move until the end of November. I looked up the November 20th chart, and then at that new moon, 28 degrees of Scorpio new moon, that's gonna be also Mercury conjunction, Mercury Kazemi new moon, wild energy on November 20th. But at that time, Jupiter is still at 25 degrees of Cancer, and on the day of that new moon or a day after, Jupiter will move 1 degree back to 24 degrees. But because Jupiter is slowing down and initiating this retrograde journey at 25 degrees of Cancer, it's gonna stay there for a while. At the same time, Saturn is right now at 26 degrees of Pisces, and it's in retrograde already, but Saturn will retrograde up to 25 degrees of Pisces. That's the dead end. Saturn is gonna stay at 25 degrees of Pisces for a while, and Neptune is gonna stay at 29 degrees of Pisces. It's not gonna go any farther back. So Neptune is gonna be at the critical degrees of Neptune, at the dead end final degree point of the end of a cycle moment. Critical degrees wobbly. Neptune is the flood, it's the storm, it's the deep emotions and ties and high ties emotions, but spiritual, very right, transcendence and dissolver of boundaries, and it is gonna expand our awareness, right? That those kind of energies are strong. With that 3-eye atlas also, I forgot to talk about this, but interstellar object coming from the other side of reality is approaching to be the closest point to the sun and to us at the end of October, 28, 29, and 30th of October. And it is coming to the closest point to the earth while Mercury ingressing right after ingressing into Sagittarius. It's gonna sextile with Pluto, and it's gonna oppose with Uranus, and under that energy this interstellar object is coming into the closest point. So our mind, Mercury, our antenna, our energy awareness, frequency field of we're not picking up anything through our own senses, right? Because even though it is approaching close to us, it is still within the unseeable realm of reality. We cannot see this. It's not a comet, it's not an asteroid, it's like a very strange looking, beautiful looking vessel like interstellar object. But we need the telescope, and we need, it's in the unseeable realm of reality. But even when we cannot physically see or physically touch it, it is there. Our psyche, our internal channel and antennas and perceptions are picking up something, and it is coming under this Mercury Uranus opposition and Mercury sextile Pluto. Something is happening in our mental field, really, and then we want to be open to it more. If you reject it, nothing is gonna happen. It's just like, there is no magic. Then that magic is never gonna become a part of your reality, right? What we believe, what we think becomes our own reality. Yes, there are so many people talking about how scary it is and it's an alien ship coming in. I don't feel any bad energy coming into our field. Nothing to be protective about, nothing to be defensive about. We just are brainwashed to think certain ways about aliens or about those, you know, things coming from the other side of the universe. But the other side of the universe is a part of us also, we're inseparable. And then more people are becoming open to that kind of understanding, and that's why I think those strange things are happening more, and it will continue to happen more. It's not only this three-eye atlas. There's a lot of comets coming into our own field, and they are messengers. They're messengers from other reality, and we want to be willing to be opening our mental perception to that more. I am ready to receive. I am ready to receive downloads of informations. And the more that you start to speak to that field of universe, the field of this unseeable, untouchable, intangible realm of mystery, the more we open ourselves up to it, the more they will show themselves to us through synchronicities and signs and symbols, and by just feeling more in alignment and feeling good. That's a sign that we are more tapped in, connected to our own spirit. The more we tune ourselves to our own spirit, like, we cannot become a part of drama anymore. We cannot be a part of a struggle anymore. And some people may want to cancel those people out. They may point a finger at them and say, it's so irresponsible to be this way while that thing is happening in the world, while this thing is going chaos and crazy and this and this and that. Everybody has an opinion, but it's just an energetic mismatch that happens, and you can't judge, you can't criticize. It's the law of energy. It's the law of frequency. And I hope the more of us stays tuned into the frequency vibration of our own spirit, which is filled with bliss, unconditional love, unconditional ease and peace, unconditional, then something must shift, in my humble opinion. I say this all the time, so I don't want to dwell on it. But we get less emotional about things. We just becomes more of a calm ripple of energy, and the more we can become a space holder for all things happening, it's easier to navigate through life, and yeah. So I wanted to come back to that grand water trine, because right now Mercury and Mars and Black Moon Lilith are at the late degrees of Scorpio, and it is speaking with Jupiter. As I said, Jupiter will be at 25 degrees of Cancer for a while, and even at the end of November it's gonna move back to 24 degrees, 23 degrees, right? It's gonna start picking up its speed, but it's gonna retrograde back into the mid degrees of Cancer. Saturn is gonna be sitting at 25 degrees of Pisces for a while. So there is this grand water trine between Saturn and Jupiter. Trine is a harmonious energy. We had Jupiter Saturn square so many times the past few years. So squares are tension, right? 23, 24, we faced a lot of resistance and tension. Now we are at the place where both Jupiter and Saturn, Jupiter will be in retrograde. So we are gonna get to the place where we can look back and tap our back and how far we've come. You know, we've moved through the turmoil of energies, and many of us are on the other side, can get to the other side of the turmoil, you know, the calm water space that we want to get to. And then even after the Mercury is going to ingress into Sagittarius on October 29th, but Mercury will start its retrograde on the 9th of November. Mercury retrograde happen. Another Mercury retrograde time. This is the third and final Mercury retrograde of the year 2025. But when Mercury retrogrades so it starts at in Sag, and it's gonna dip back into Scorpio. So because of the fact that Mercury retrogrades back into Scorpio, that grand trine will be present all through November up to mid-December. So even after Mercury is going to ingress into Sagittarius at the end of October, and then on November 4th, Mars will ingress into Sagittarius also. And then Mars is going to go on in Sagittarius. But, we are under Mercury pre-shadow already. And Mercury is gonna start its retrograde in Sag, and then it's gonna dip back into 20 degrees of Scorpio. So pretty much the whole November is the Mercury retrograde time. Mercury retrograde starts on November 9th, and then it's gonna go direct on Mercury 29th. So the whole month we're gonna have this Mercury moving through that last decan of Scorpio, and then speaking with Jupiter as well as Saturn and Neptune. Grand trine. When that trinity of the same elements get activated, it expands that element. Water is an element of magic, mystic, transcendence, spirituality, creativity, and emotions. It's the emotional ties. It's the deep spiral of energy, but it and then it can take us down. It can take us into the dark, black hole, sucking into the density of our emotions. But also this can take us into the center of the storm, where we are at peace and ease. We are unwavering. We are unchangeable energy. So more dedication to our own spirit. Really, right? Water is the receptivity. It's the meditation. It is our inner search for our own inner quiet, inner stillness, and trust and faith. And rather than pushing, rather than trying, right? Water the dripping of water can erode the stone, right? It can break the stone with the time. So like the water is the energy of receptivity. It goes down. Water sinks downward, right, from the river into the ocean. From like as we go into this receptive space, we can emerge into the cosmic consciousness. We can find ourselves as a drop of an ocean, in the collective ocean of the magic itself of this existence, and that we are part of, right? This whole thing is a miracle and magic, and we forget that so easily, and we struggle, and then we fight. But everything, including all the good, bad, ugly, this thing is a quite miraculous thing that we are experiencing, and then we should enjoy it. All the good, bad, ugly, this too is a part of it. Like, we have to see it that way rather than struggle. This too is a part of this great life, you know. That peace, chill energy. We want to tap into that, because otherwise this can be stormy, floody, and all over the place. But divine grand water trine is an energy that pull us in toward our inner eye center, to this intuition, inner knowing. It's the God eye vision. It's the answer that sits within already. All the answers that we're seeking, we already have the answer within, in our spirit. Spirit has all of it, right? So yes, so that is big energy coming in, and I just wanted to come in to talk about what's going on, October, November. It's huge energy, right? Sun, even the grand water trine, the Mars goes to Sag. Yeah, Mercury may come back, but even without Mercury coming back, Sun is gonna move into the later degrees of Scorpio, and then it's gonna create the grand trine with the Sun and Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter Saturn alignment is a force of manifestation. It is, they manifest in a different way. Saturn manifests taking time, taking this energy of perseverance, hard work, repetition, discipline, right? Keep pushing. And Saturn asks us, do you still have faith in yourself? And then he may challenge us. He may put some delays on us. He may put some obstacles in front of us. But as long as we trust our own selves and own power to, yes, I can get there. Yes, with that will, we manifest, and we grow, and we gain wisdom and maturity and self-discipline and all of that. That's one way of manifesting, through that Saturnian energy. And Jupiter manifestation is more, especially Jupiter in Cancer, right? It's the manifestation through our feelings and through our emotions and through law of energy and through focusing on the good to attract more good, focus on the highest good, and to expand our awareness and consciousness and elevate, ascend through our visualization work and imagination work and creative work, right? Jupiter's energy is more of this expansion energy, goodness, because as long as we're focusing on the bad things, it just only drains us, and then it only takes us far away from our own spirit. Jupiter is the spirit of spirit. It's the Zeus, it's the abundance, it's the it's the power that just courses through. Of course, I know who I am, and of course, I can manifest that. That kind of the spirit is the Jupiter manifestation way. I know who I am, and just bring in all the challenges if I have to face, but I'll move through it with ease and with faith, Jupiter faith, and then also with, you know, just that kind of optimism, playfulness, and even like to some sense of like, you know, like knowing how powerful that we are. That if we know how powerful we are, we can manifest anything we want, right? So like it's that kind of two different energetic archetypes, but they both speak and holds the energy of manifestation. So this is a really powerful time to tap into the water trine, and that, you know, it's like the symbol of the triangle pointing down. That is the water symbol. It can be, it's like the yoni symbol, right? Lower belly symbol, the sacral chakra, svadhisthana chakra symbol, the energy coursing down and creation, right? It's like we birth downward, and so that kind of, we want to keep our hips open, we want to keep the spinal flow, like fluid movement in our bones and in that pelvic area. So we want to keep generating the energy. We can choose to keep going through metamorphosis in our sacral chakra area, in our you know, reproductive system and that lower belly energy. It's just like, it's that power of manifestation, because that svadhisthana sacral chakra is the source of creation too within our etheric energy chakra system. So we want to tap in more to keep tendering to this water energy. Anyway, that's about it. It's a lot happening, but anyway, thank you so much. Peace, peace, peace.